evening. Well, good evening from me, and I'm like probably good morning or good afternoon to you guys. But welcome to my channel. It's your girl Princess Jade. I just got home from work and I'm just trying to squeeze this in because I'm trying to make Tuesday my editing day, and when I wake up tomorrow I can't make the video right away, so I just gotta make it now while I look presentable. But we're not gonna do a whole mukbang, but like I'm just trying to eat and talk at the same. I'm not, that's disrespectful, but I'm just trying to juggle things. What can you eat when you're vegan and they don't sell vegan products except salads and breads? You get a salad. So that's what I got today. We're getting a salad. But anyways, what are we gonna talk about today? We're gonna talk about self-love and how important it is to fixing everything in your life. Yes, I'm so serious. You got a problem? Love yourself. You'll fix that problem. So back from our commercial break, I was trying to make this video like last week, but your girl wasn't feeling all that well mental wise, and it just didn't feel right making a video about self-love when it was hard to feel it at that time. But like, it doesn't mean that I love myself any less, you know what I mean? But you know, when you feel down, you just feel down. You can't help it. That's life. It has ups and downs. But self-love, it's great. It's a solution to every problem that you'll ever gonna have. It sounds cliche, but like, it's true. Like, self-love does help. It's the thing that helped me get out of like, or solve my problems, because you start basing off all of your problems on love. And when you love yourself, you just want the best for yourself and for others. So let me see my notes real quick. So what about self-love? So it's like self-explanatory. Self-love is the act of loving yourself. You might be like,
but Princess, I already love myself. You don't tell me that I don't love myself.
I'm not telling you that. All I'm saying is love is like, or the word love itself is so broad, and it's different depending on each person. Like,
it's just life, you know?
No level is,
yes, it could be lower.
Not gonna lie. So our understanding on love could be different from anyone else, but it doesn't mean that they don't love. That's the importance of like understanding each other. We understand what level we're at, what level other people are at, and act accordingly to how they are, or you know, act according to how you would do it, but still understand how others are, if I'm making sense. But anyways, so in this video I'm really trying to explain what self-love is to me, my understanding of self-love, and how it helped me, because it was the only thing that made me who I am today. And for real, like, I had to go through a lot just for me to like take that first step of saying that
I'm tired of being sad. I'm tired of feeling this way.
I want to be happy.
That's my first step to the self-love journey. And it's a process. It takes a lot of time. It takes months, you know? And I've always had this feeling where I don't really want people to go through the same things that I went through, because that was hard. And I don't want a lot of people to feel the same pain or to have to go through whatever that I had to go through. And that's why I'm sharing this information, because it could help you guys, and without having to go through what I had to go through, which I will probably make a video on eventually. But that's not the point now. But anyway, so that was the first step. The first step is just admitting to yourself that you want to be happy, and that's it. Just say it out loud. That's literally the first thing that I did after, you know, the hurt phase. But if you can, I know that people go through their own lessons, they go through their own hurt or whatever, and I'm here to help guide you guys to your self-love journey, whoever needs it. And I'm always, you know, open. Like, just DM me, message me, email me, and I'll be here to listen. But,
Because I didn't really have anyone who listened to me back then.
you know, I had some people around me that was, guiding me. Or not really guiding, but they were just there for me, and I appreciated that. So surround yourself with people who loves you, even though it seems like not a lot of people can understand you. There's a whole community out there like me and other YouTubers that are talking about spiritual stuff. They know what you're going through. Connect with them, watch their videos, get some insight or whatever. But going back to self-love, self-love starts from within. It starts with saying, I want to be happy. That's what I did. Self-love is looking from within and finding out what's wrong with us. Because how can we love ourselves when we don't know who we are? When we're in denial of who we are? When we don't accept the negative parts of ourselves? How can we ever love ourselves when we don't accept that part? Because we might say,
Yeah, I love myself, this and that.
but you only love the good parts of yourself. You don't love the whole you. You have to accept that there's a part of you that is toxic. We're not always the protagonist. We can be the antagonist in someone else's life. But how can we change that if we don't acknowledge that part of ourselves? So start from within. It's a work in progress. Finding out a lot about yourself, it's hard. It's hard to accept. But it's something that we have to do to start loving ourselves. We have to explore the good parts and the bad parts. Because we're made up of those energies. That's our balance. We're not only good, we're not only bad. We just have to accept both sides of things. Life is a cycle. And how do you start looking from within? That's where meditation comes in. And for people like right now, at this time of age, we're always so distracted. We have our iPads, our phones, our laptops, we have social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of this, YouTube. A lot of distractions. So I know it's hard to just sit down. And let your thoughts run through your mind. Because in meditation, I know it seems like, you're just sitting there doing nothing. But because you're letting yourself just do that, you're giving yourself time to think from within. And when you meditate, observe your thoughts. Don't stop them. The point of meditation is, for me anyway, is to not prevent thinking. It's to observe them. Observe your thoughts. And ask yourself questions.
Why do I think that way?
But don't beat yourself up for it. If you thought a bad thought, let it happen. Ask yourself.
Why did I even think that?
And then start answering it slowly by slowly and questioning more things about yourself. That's how you look from within. And if there's a certain part that you don't like from within, you can't change it unless you accept it. So
don't pretend like that part of you doesn't exist.
Because you're just pushing it down and down, covering it with more and more distractions, putting it away, putting it in a box, forgetting about it. And it's like those problems are gonna come up to you in the most least expected way and bite you in the butt. But yeah, I'm just saying, it's gonna come back and bite you in the butt. So you have to accept that for you to change it. And it's hard. It feels like you're dying because a part of you is dying. Because for you to change something, yeah, you have to accept it first. And then you kill it. It's like, no. No, just accept it. Accept that you could be a toxic person. That whatever actions you're making is affecting someone in a negative way. And it's not really our intention to hurt anyone, but because we are hurting ourselves by putting that part of us in a box or not expressing ourselves, we're hurting ourselves. We're not loving ourselves. So it's hard to love others. That's why, it seems like we're always a victim. Have you ever thought of what they would feel based on our actions? Have you? It's just self-reflection. Meditate. That's a lot of awakenings happen during meditation. A lot of awakenings happen during pain. times of pain and the desperation of wanting to stop that pain. And like sadly, I had to, well, a lot of people have to deal with the pain before they woke up. The pain literally shook them awake to the point that, you know, we're like,
I'm tired of feeling this pain, but I don't want to kill myself.
so let me just fix myself. That's what I did. But self-love starts with self-reflection. Self-reflection then starts with, you know, wanting to be kinder to yourself. You want to be kinder to yourself, so you do better things for yourself. When you start wanting to love yourself, when you want to start being better to yourself, that kind of just comes naturally, you know. Now I'm consistent with being active. I don't always go to the gym, but if I don't, I go outside, go for a run out in nature, or a walk, something, you know. And I just want to feed my body good stuff. That's why I went vegan, because like animals are such lower vibrational beings. Just because most of the animals that we eat here, especially, they're from
slaughterhouses.
They were born knowing that they're gonna die, live in that state of knowing that they're gonna die just to be eaten. And I don't want to put that in my body. I don't want to put that kind of energy in my body anymore. And that's my main reason why I'm going vegan. Not only because of the environmental factor, but for me the biggest thing is spirituality and like raising your vibrations. And not a lot of people are going to understand that, and I understand that. That's why I just try to like spread veganism through other ways possible. But that's a part from it that I'm speaking about self-love today. And speak kindly to yourself. You know, I know it might sound weird, but look at yourself in the mirror, into your eyes, look yourself into your eyes, and say like affirmations, words of affirmations, loving affirmations. Say,
I'm beautiful, I am financially abundant.
Or I'm just abundant, because abundance can be like anything, really. It doesn't have to be financial.
I am happy, I am courageous, I am brave.
Like, speak kindly to yourself.
Stop putting yourself down.
Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference of what you don't want from what you want. It only hears what you say. So if you say negative stuff, it'll download that in your mind and carry on to your life. So be kind to yourself. Use kind words. Oh, and then, so, you know, taking care of yourself, going to the gym, this and that, all that. I also started working on my skin. You know, that's important of self-care, because self-love and self-care comes hand in hand. Because if you love yourself, you want to take care of yourself. You take care of yourself, you will eventually love yourself. So sometimes people do self-care first before they learn how to love themselves. But it's really what works for you. This is what happened to me. Self-care came in and reinforced that self-love pretty much. So I had a lot of money at that time and bought myself a whole bunch of like
skincare products, even though it was expensive. I'm like, you know, my skin deserves it. My skin needs it.
I just deserve it. So I want the best for my skin. And like, it's paying off. Yes, I have this one little pimple over here, but that's hormonal. You know, at time of the month, be throwing off your hormonal balances. But if you guys want a video on skincare and what I do to my skin when I was broke and when I had money, let me know. Comment down below, DM me, do what you gotta do. And what else? Because when I started doing my skincare, that forces you to like take time out of your day in the morning or at night to just take care of yourself.
When was the last time you took care of yourself?
Without distractions. No, self-care is not you waking up, checking your phone, this and that. No, you're already putting your attention into your phone. When are you going to put attention into yourself, into your well-being? Also, I started reading a lot to feed my soul, to feed my mind, because at the end of the day, what I'm feeding my soul and what I'm feeding my mind is going to help me be successful in the future. So that's also self-love. When you love yourself, you want to know the best or learn the best and apply it to your life. That's why I read a lot of like self-care books. So my camera died because it says allow it to cool, so I'm allowed to cool, and I'm just gonna continue the flow of talking. on my phone. But anyways, I didn't want to like wait for it to like cool because it would like mess up the flow. I was talking about what? Reading books. I started reading a lot of books. One of my most favorite one is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Like I recommend it. I just recommend it because it teaches you how to live in the moment, and it just teaches you how to live in the moment because that's where we need to be. Because when we live in the past, we're depressed because it's inevitable. When you feel sad, you think about the past, you think about what happened to you. You know, if you ever find yourself thinking that way, observe your thoughts, reassess your thoughts. Like,
what's happening in this present moment that is making me sad?
if there's nothing making you sad, it's your past thoughts. It's thoughts of the past. And it's just making you sad. If you feel anxious, you only feel anxious because you don't know what's gonna go on in the future. So that goes back to like, you know, thinking about why am I anxious? What's happening right now that's making me anxious? And if your answer is nothing,
let it go because it's not serving you.
Live in the present moment. That's what you learn when you love yourself too. How to live in the present moment, because when you learn how to love yourself, you don't want yourself to like feel anxious or depressed all the time because it's not serving you. So you're gonna eventually learn how to live in the moment so you don't feel that way, because it's bad energy, y'all. It's not good for the mind, not good for the health, because our mental health really affects our physical health. And since back then I didn't really know how to express my emotions, even those negative emotions, and it showed on my skin. I was really stressed. It looked like I was burned, but like I wasn't. I was just burning from within, you know what I mean? But anyways, when you love yourself, you're gonna allow yourself to feel that way, but not feel that way for too long. There's a healthy amount of feeling that way, because life is consisted of good and bad moments. But it's up to you whether you're gonna let yourself affect yourself for that long. And if you love yourself, you're not gonna let yourself go through that ish for that long. Like, a lot of people think that when you become spiritual, woke, or whatever, that you're all about just being positive all the time. And that's not true. It's not all the time, because when you're woke, you know that
life is consisted of the good and the bad.
And inevitably, it's not always a good day. But when you're woke, you know that good days are coming, and you just have to keep on going. Nothing is ever permanent. Everything is temporary. It's a cycle. So when you love yourself, you learn that. Because when you love yourself, you start seeking for knowledge in order to understand yourself better, in whatever means way possible. If you gotta do your research, do it. Don't let yourself be stuck in one mindset. Explore whatever you need to explore. Use whatever you need to use. Use what works for you. Not everything out there is going to work for you.
Everyone is unique.
But there's always someone out there experiencing something similar to your situation. And you just have to, reach out and see what wisdom they can bring to you. If they figure it out, maybe you can pick up something from it. But just be careful with whatever information you have. Don't believe everything that you see. Whatever resonates with you, take that and use it. Use it to your advantage. If it's helping you, go with it. Whatever is helping you love yourself more, why not? But I think that's all I have to say about self-love. The rest of that, you just have to figure it out on your own. Because everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own path. This is what helped me on my path. I know it's a little confusing, but it's what works for me. And if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys. I know I'm very mellow compared to my previous video, but I haven't edited this, so it's gonna change. It could be funnier. I don't know. I laugh at myself sometimes, and that's the beauty of loving yourself. You're not afraid to watch yourself and make fun of yourself, joke around. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna continue eating my food, and I hope you guys have a wonderful life. Have a blessed life. I love you guys, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart. Subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.